1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70. And just 5 sunburns in your lifetime can double your risk of a melanoma, which is the most serious form of skin cancer. Let me say that again. 5. Welcome to the new chapter of the Her Resources podcast. I'm your host, Linda Misakadis, and I'm so excited to be stepping into this next season with you solo. This podcast has always been about amplifying women's voices, exploring the challenges we face in HR, leadership, and life, and sharing the tools and inspiration we need to thrive. And now, I'm taking that mission even deeper. You'll hear real conversations with bold and authentic women, as well as reflections from me on everything from pay equity and burnout to confidence, leadership, and the messy, beautiful journey of growth. This is more than just a podcast. It's a community, a space for us to learn, lead, and lift each other up. Welcome to this new beginning. This is the Her Resources podcast. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Her Resources podcast. Before we dive in today, I want to ask you something simple. When was the last time you had your skin checked? Not your annual physical, not a quick glance in the mirror. I mean a real full body skin check by a dermatologist. If your answer is, I can't remember, or never, you are not alone. But today's episode might change that. This episode is a little different. We talk a lot here about leadership, growth, burnout, and showing up in your life and in your career. But today, we're talking about something even more foundational, your health. Because last year, something happened in my life that I didn't see coming. My husband was diagnosed with melanoma, and not just a small spot. He had to have a significant portion of his ear removed. While I had noticed this on his ear for a number of years, our doctor didn't seem concerned, so neither was I. But then I saw it change, and that prompted me to say something, and I am so glad I did. Watching someone you love go through that, it changes you. But I gotta be honest, it didn't change me enough to do something right away. My husband was pushing me to go to the dermatologist, but I kept putting it off. Finally, I went to the doctor, but just so he would stop bothering me. And what I found out was not what I expected. I've never been someone who lays out in the sun. Even growing up, I wasn't sunbathing. I wasn't chasing a tan. As an adult, same thing. I don't spend hours in the sun. I don't intentionally expose my skin. I wear sunscreen, not perfectly, but enough that I thought I was doing okay. So when I went in for that appointment, I honestly expected reassurance. I was planning on pointing out to my husband he worried about nothing and what a waste of time this appointment had been. What I got instead was a diagnosis. Nodular basal cell carcinoma. Not nearly as serious as his melanoma, but still. And it was on my face, right square in my forehead. And on my back, which is one of the least exposed parts of my body when I'm in the sun. So let that sink in. Because I think a lot of us believe if I'm not tanning, if I'm not at the beach every weekend, I'm probably fine. But here's the truth. Skin cancer doesn't work that way. It's not just about what you're doing today. It's cumulative. It's years of exposure. It's driving in your car. It's walking outside. It's just living your life. In fact, 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70. And just 5 sunburns in your lifetime can double your risk of a melanoma, which is the most serious form of skin cancer. Let me say that again, 5. So I want you to think back and see if you can count the number of sunburns you experienced throughout your life. And for those of us who are maybe a little older, that number might be even higher. Because if your childhood was like my childhood, we never wore sunscreen.
Are you ready to take your podcast to the next level? Let LJM Productions help you sound your best. We specialize in podcast editing, production, audio restoration, and mixing, ensuring every episode is polished, professional, and ready to wow your audience. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned podcaster, we'll handle the technical details so you can focus on sharing your voice. Partner with LJM Productions today and hear the difference.
And here's something even more important. The number one sign of skin cancer, it isn't always what you think. It's not just a dark mole. I have one of those on my legs, and I would have thought, if anything, that was what was going to be suspicious, and it would have been that. It's not always obvious. I honestly thought the spot on my forehead was a pock mark from when I had chicken pox at 17. According to dermatologists, the biggest red flag is change. A spot that's changing, maybe a mole that's growing, itching, bleeding, or not healing. Or even something new that just all of a sudden appears. That's it. Change. And that's what makes it so easy to miss. Because life gets busy. I mean, let's be honest. We don't pay attention. We assume it's nothing. I almost did. If my husband's spot on his ear hadn't changed, we would have allowed that to continue to go. If my husband hadn't gone through what he did, if that hadn't been my wake-up call, I would have waited. I probably never would have gone in. And that's the part that stays with me. Because when caught early, skin cancer is actually highly treatable. Melanoma, the worst, when detected early, has a survival rate of over 99%. But once it spreads, that number drops significantly. This is one of those rare situations in life where something small, something simple, like a 10-minute appointment, because that's all it takes, can literally save your life. But this isn't about fear. This is about awareness. It's about paying attention. It's about taking one small action that future you will thank you for. So make the appointment. Get the skin check. Wear the sunscreen, SPF 30 or higher. And most importantly, reapply it. I wore sunscreen, but I didn't reapply the sunscreen. That's really important. Every couple of hours, you want to reapply it when you're in the sun. Wear the hat. My husband now wears a bucket hat whenever he's out golfing or in the sun to protect his ears. Protect your skin in ways that fit your life. And most importantly, listen to your body. If something changes, don't wait. If you're not sure where to start, there are great resources out there. The Skin Cancer Foundation and the American Academy of Dermatology both have tools to help you understand what to look for and how to protect yourself. But honestly, the most important step is just picking up the phone and scheduling that appointment. I know this episode was a little different, but it felt important because this isn't just about me, and it's not just about my husband. This is about all of us. It's about the things we put off, the appointments we delay, the signals we ignore. So if you've been thinking, I should probably get that checked, let this be your sign. Make the appointment. And if this episode made you think of someone, a friend, a partner, a parent, share it with them. Because sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is pass along the message that might change someone else's life. So thank you for being here and being a part of the Her Resources podcast community. I hope you all take care of yourself, have a fantastic summer, and I'll see you on the next episode. And if you like this, please make sure to like, share, and follow the Her Resources podcast. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. You've been listening to the Her Resources podcast, where women's voices, leadership, and growth take center stage. As your host, I'm here to remind you that the journey isn't always easy, but it is always worth it. Every step you take to build confidence, create impact, or use your voice is part of a much bigger story. It's the one that inspires others to do the same. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love it if you subscribed, left a review, or shared it with another woman who's ready to step into her power. And as always, thank you for being a part of this community. Together, we're not just changing conversations, we're changing the future.